Hello and welcome back to another Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Satellite 5 podcast. We're joined as ever by Tharies, Artie, Elise and Rosanna.
Hi!
I think you mean Hawaii man.
Hawaii man!
There we go.
Hawaii!
Rosanna has either regenerated or had a very last minute work commitment. Thus, we are today joined by...
Hello, I'm Osh. Hello. I wasn't expecting that. Sorry. Hello, I'm Osh. Nice to meet you all.
You may know him from the esteemed Doctor Who memes video of 2021.
Wow.
I was on this before. I don't remember what my episode was about, but I was on it
briefly before. I can't remember.
I was on it for one of the bad episodes. I remember not liking the episode.
Oh, you took over from me halfway through because I was like, I've never been on this podcast before with Osh. Why is he talking like, so I wasn't here.
You're basically like our reality war emergency one. Like, where we're like, okay,
I'm the war doctor.
Like our Billy Piper that we'll plug in at the end.
Speaking of the reality war, because I'm expecting that to crop up today. Today we are bringing you the Doctor Who edition of Room 101. So for those of you who don't know what that is, because when did it go off air? I feel like Room 101 hasn't been on for quite a while.
Doctor Who itself was on Room 101, wasn't it? Like there was an episode dedicated.
Like a COVID victim.
Yeah, it could well be. But the principle here, we're not copywriting. Okay, this isn't Room 101. This is Banished to the Lost Moon of Poosh. Okay, we're gonna be.
None of us signed off on the name. None of us signed off on that.
Yeah, that's the first time.
This was Larry's idea. He DM'd
it. It really wasn't.
We will be deciding by the end of today. You can vote along in the comments as well. What couple of items or things or anything to do with Doctor Who we will be banishing, never to be seen again, to the Lost Moon of Poosh. It's what do we absolutely hate about Doctor Who, okay? We also ask for your responses.
About that enough.
So we're going to be reading some of those as well. But who wants to kick us off with our first contender for the Lost Moon of Poosh? Okay, Elise, go on.
I feel like I'd like to go first because I have one that I think is fairly uncontroversial. But perchance not. You might argue, Joe will probably argue just to kind of create some sort of conflict in the podcast environment. But I think what has got to go into the Lost Moon of Poosh is fan service. And I mean this in quite a broad spectrum. I mean it in the sense of bringing back Omega for 5 minutes and then booting him off again. I also mean it in the sense of, maybe I'll come and stop by again. My favourite is fish fingers and custard. I mean it in all sorts of senses. I don't think Doctor Who will ever progress as a show if it keeps grabbing onto the past and going, hey, remember when the show was good? Hey, see, it's still us, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
It's been so shoved into Doctor Who that those little things, which I wish I could enjoy them. I wish that there would be a plate of fish fingers and custard on the side and I could go, oh, that's cute, that's nice, that's a nice throwback. However, it has been ruined for me, and I don't think there's any nice way of bringing back fan service for a long, long time, so bin it. Thank you very much.
It's a decent first case. I feel like it's quite broad. But it is. I do think that the amount of people in the audience that commented that as well, just nostalgia.
I'm a woman of the people. I know what the people want.
I do. I so heavily agree. And I think the biggest piece of evidence here we spoke about literally 2 minutes ago, which is bringing Billy Piper back. It did not. It's a stupid idea. It didn't need to happen. It is purely for fans to look at and go, oh, I remember her. And it's genuinely ridiculous. It's the biggest piece of evidence you could possibly give for when you could just bin off fan service. It's dreadful.
And I think that with particularly Billy Piper as well, they try and do this whole thing of, oh, well, what could it mean? What could it mean? Oh, I wonder what it means. But because stuff like that is so overdone, I don't care what it means.
Did you see the Hooniverse show today? The interview with Russell.
No.
Tia Coffey's interviewing him on the TARDIS
I saw a photo of her with Rusty Davies on Instagram.
It's a very good interview, but she asks, she's like, okay, so what's the deal with Billy Piper? And they literally do like the worst Classic Who effect. He goes, oh no, I'm being dragged into the time vortex. I can't tell you, and just disappears. And it's just.
But then you say that there's an extended interview next week, so.
No, maybe there'll be news. To play devil's advocate briefly, as much as fan service can be annoying, the 60th, okay? That was quite nice. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's always bad. Like, it was fun to have Tennant and Tate back for a couple of episodes.
Can I not play devil's advocate but just disagree? Because although bad fan service is absolutely littering all media at the moment, and they are doing it poorly, I'm sorry. There have been no more hype moments watching Doctor Who than all of us sat around your TV and then Sutek pops up. Joe goes, I told you, you fall off the sofa, and we all cheer. When it is good, it is so cathartic. And if you watch...
did we just compare Sutek coming back? Did we just describe Sutek coming back as good fan service?
But we enjoyed it at the time.
No, but part one is good. I'm sorry, part one of that episode just is good, in my opinion.
But also, Elisa's point was also making it like it doesn't help the show grow at all. That Sutek coming back, it was cool for us, but in the grand scheme of things, the episode as a whole was bad, and it wasn't good for new fans to sit there and go, "Oh, I know this guy. This is going to."
Rosanna is making excellent points this episode.
As I've said, Rosanna.
Wait, man.
Not eating, she's wide awake. She's made it out of bed.
So what was I going to say? No, on a counterpoint to that, I've said in this podcast quite often, as you'll remember, Rosanna, one of the things that made me a fan, one of the defining moments, is Name of the Doctor. Now, that is going to be controversial, but my 10-year-old brain, seeing Clara go through all of those different doctors in the time stream, I was like, oh my God, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I don't know who these people are, but I need to find out. And then I got into Doctor Who properly, and then I watched some of the classics because I was like, oh, Tom Baker showed up there. I wanted, his scarf's cool. I got my grandma to knit one. Let's watch him. Who was he? Like that was a really nice gateway into the show, and I think it can be done really well.
When it has been done well, it's like it inspires you to go back. Like when I was a kid watching Tennant and the Daleks were in it, I didn't actually watch much Classic Who because it's rubbish. but it made me want to go back and watch Genesis of the Daleks and borrow DVDs from the musical director at my MT Society. Like it was like it's the gateway to watching more telly, because otherwise fans could just jump on and not realise they're missing out on 60 years.
I would rather have no fan service than constant bad fan service. I appreciate it can be good, and I love it when it is good. I love little things like Kate Lethbridge Stewart being that's fan service. I know it is a bit of a controversial character, but I love the fact that it is the Brigadier's daughter. I think that the stuff like that is so beautiful. You can argue Sarah Jane coming back, well, it kind of fan service. They do it well, but I would rather them just now go, no more, let's leave this where it is. We can use relevant things if they're relevant to the plot, but why on earth do we have Tegan in Doctor Who at the moment?
I don't disagree that it's rubbish at the moment. It's dire.
I think he basically summed up the point I was going to make is just, if there is going to be past stuff, it needs to inform what's going on in the future.
Yeah.
The reason why Sarah Jane works is because she works as a direct parallel in School Reunion to Rose, and even obviously K9 being the direct parallel to Mickey.
What do you mean? Mel is a great parallel to.
Exactly, it's like she's not relevant to the story being told, beyond the fact, I suppose you could argue, she doesn't really have a family, which maybe ties into the whole Ruby thing, but they don't do anything with that.
That's us coming up with it, and this is what
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they
leads
don't
us
do
to
anything
do.
with that. No, I'm
Fan
agreeing. I'm
service
saying
leads the fans to be sort of serviced incorrectly, and we're like, so
But
we're like, we've had half an MOT and we can't really work. It's well, maybe it's paralleling. It's paralleling Ruby. Yes,
But I
it's
think
Ruby, and
if you were
we're
to ask them,
insane.
I think if you were to ask them,
Marvelous.
I think if you were to ask them, that's probably what they were going for. It just does not come across.
Well, it definitely
screen.
is, because it's really weird. In the giggle.
You can't just go. I think if you were to ask them, they were going for good writing.
No, but that's not what I mean.
No, but in
I'm
the
just
giggle,
saying-
they were
it's-
aiming.
This
for.
is the thing that I find fascinating. That I want to know what happened, because that's clearly the setup is that Mel can parallel Ruby. Because in the giggle, out of literally nowhere, the toy maker's saying like, "Oh, who am I going to shoot? This one," and he calls her the orphan. And there's this whole thing of like, "Oh, mad Auntie Mel, she's finally got a family." Is that? Hang on,
Yeah.
Was Mel ever an orphan, or have you just gone like? Oh, I don't know, like Ruby's going to be an orphan, so let's chuck in Mel. Like, but let's wrap this one up. Let's have a vote. Okay, are we sending it to the Lost Moon of Poosh? I'm going to vote no, because I think fan service done well is absolutely marvellous.
But I'm not arguing for fan service done well. I'm saying you take the
You said
whole
fan
You submitted
service.
fan service.
You said fan service. You even said I'm being very broad, but like we can't put all fan service in there.
I am. I'm saying you take it as a component. You have to say yes to fan service or no to fan service. All of it or none of it. What are you saying?
I'd say the highs are high enough that I'm willing to keep some of the annoying ones. So I'm going to say no. I don't vote to it. Rosanna, what do you think?
I'm going with yes. I think there is too much of it, especially in current day Who. It's just dreadful. It's not going to help bring any new fans into the show if you are constantly going, look at this old thing, look at this old thing, look at this old thing, especially considering the fact that, like, if you look at an iPlayer, it's split into a new show. It's split into its own thing now.
I want to keep fan service. It's a bit of fun. Sometimes it's terrible. Sometimes the Doctor just steps out of the show and chats to 4 fictional fans for absolutely no reason. And we all have a chuckle because it's a bit of fun.
Okay, Elise, I'm really intrigued as to whether you're going to vote yes or no on this one. Aries will be the decider, because I think we probably can guess what you're going with.
Oh, I thought it was a given. Yes, I'd like to get rid of fan service.
There we go. Tharies.
I feel like I'm in the UN. This feels like the UN Security Council.
If this is your understanding of politics, I can see why the channel hasn't taken
I'm doing fine. Thank you,
Harry's, think of the money you get every time the show does
here's
fan
my
service.
logic. I get being annoyed by it, and I get by the logic of going, no more. But I think of it, only a Sith deals in absolutes. And as far as I'm concerned, as much as there is some utter tact with fan service, I could never get rid of it entirely. Like, we would never have the 50th. We would never have the 60th. Yeah, I'm just thinking about this more broadly.
One more plea. I'm not arguing for like retroactively getting rid of all the fan service. I'm saying here on out.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
but you can do it well. Right, we've got to wrap this up. We've got to wrap this up.
You're depriving the future of cool moments, though, by saying that you can never do it ever again. Then.
I am not depriving the future of cool moments.
You are, because
something is special. It's special because it ends, because it's precious, and we don't go, remember?
We could have the next 50th, and we just couldn't have that because of that rule now. So I don't know whether I want to give that.
Okay, so Tharies, give us your answer.
I'm vetoing it. I'm sorry.
There we go. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Fan service will not be sent to the Lost Moon of Pooh.
There is too much of it, though.
Who wants to go next? I mean, also in the comments, please. I'm imagining a lot of you will be on Elisa's side as per usual. So please come to her aid. But who wants to go next?
Nobody, apparently.
This is fun.
Tharies, you're up.
Okay. This is a bit of a niche one, and I don't want it to seem like I'm attacking any people in particular. But it's no one on this podcast. But can we get rid of big Finnish elitists And what I mean by this is whenever...
This is starting a Twitter beef.
No. All right, hear me out. Whenever people say, "Oh, I'd love it if Paul McGann did another series of Doctor Who, or like a mini series," or like people say, "Oh, wouldn't it be great if Matt Smith was in the anniversary?" You'll always get that one guy, and it usually is a guy. Let's be honest, saying, well, actually, if you look at Big Finish,
the Eighth Doctor travelled with Mary Shelley during the...
Yeah,
no, he
like,
didn't. Didn't happen.
I know. Well, I'm not going to say that. Look, Big Finish is a wonderful part of Doctor Who, but can we stop pretending like it's equivalent to the main show? Just because they were in a Big Finish does not mean that that's a substitute. No, but you know what I mean? It's not the same thing. What? It's not the same
no, I
thing.
do. I completely see where you're coming from, because I do think the show should be allowed. The show contradicts its own law. Of course, it can contradict the audio dramas.
I feel like I agree with Faris on I guess there would be socio-economic standpoint here. Because all Big Finish is behind an additional paywall, whereas the actual show, as long as you live in Britain, have a TV, and pay your TV license, is free to watch. It's all accessible in one place, including Classic Who now, including Sarah Jane. It's completely accessible to everyone in the UK. Whereas the Big Finish, you then have to rent out more money for. So acting like it's exactly equal to the show and everyone should know the law of it. And he said elitist. He's talking about the people that expect everyone to know all the thing about it. Not canon, but it's a separate thing that you can acknowledge as canon, but you don't have to enjoy the show and call yourself a fan.
That's exactly what I was getting at, basically.
Can we throw Classic Who under the same umbrella, please?
No,
I don't think that's the same
it's
thing.
Completely accessible and it's brilliant.
No, I don't think that's the same thing at all.
Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Or Dinosaurs on Earth? Whoa.
Invasion of Dinosaurs, yeah.
Invasion of the Dinosaurs. What an episode.
But no, I need to and want to get into more Big Finish, because it is cool. Having the actual cast do extra, that's nice. And I've listened to spare parts, because everyone always goes on about that, and it is very good. Yeah. It's just, I do think, they exist in slightly different realms. It's still definitely official Doctor Who, but
of course.
It's also the main show can still... Yeah.
I still very much enjoy Big Finish, and this is not an anti-Big Finish thing, but it's anti-people who, when people be like, I'd like to see this in the show, or this, go, well, it's already happened on an audio, so we can't do it. If we go by that logic, everything's happened on Big Finish already. Forget about it. Do you know what I'm saying? At a certain point, it's just shut up. I don't know, that's where I'm at with that.
Elise, as someone whose father frequently listens to Big Finish, what are your thoughts?
I was literally just about to say, I feel I cannot agree with Faris on this, or I may be kicked out of my house. I like living here for very cheap rent. Don't worry, by this point in the video, my dad will have stopped watching because he always disagreed with Faris, so I may be free to continue.
You really see where I'm coming from, though.
I agree. I remember being when I saw Haunting of Villa Diodati, I was like, I've really enjoyed this episode. This is a Chibnall episode that I think is good fun. It's not the best episode in the world. Had a good romp. And I remember going to speak to my dad and being like, oh my god, there was an episode, didn't you enjoy it? It was a good episode. And you went, already happened in Big Finish. The Diodati, and I was like, the crushing, feeling I felt, particularly to do with the fact that it was oh, didn't you know it didn't happen in Big Finish? Oh, not a real fan, are you? It's well, I don't have the time. I read books on Doctor Who. I read books of Doctor Who. I watch Doctor Who. I talk about Doctor Who. I don't have time to listen to more Doctor Who. I'm sorry if that makes me a fake fan, but I don't think it does. So, Faris.
Valid. I reckon we're all in agreement. Are we sending it to the Lost Moon of Poosh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sent, just to be really clear, because I know they will be picky. We're not sending Big Finish finished
No.
the Lost Moon of
There's a
Scrooge.
lot of
We're
things.
Sending
sending
you. So you can't
means
We're
I'll
sending,
inherit my
we're sending the
house.
people that will comment being annoyed about this to the Lost Moon of Foosh.
Yeah.
Not Big Finish.
If you're about to type a complaint,
You're gone.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Wow.
right. Rosanna, you're up next.
Oh,
I
okay.
got so confused for a
Speaking of,
second.
and you can put the clip in after I say this, but I am quite frankly getting rid of bloody Twitter. I am so sick.
That was mine.
Oh, TARDIS has gone for a flight. I am so sick to death of Doctor Who Twitter fans being so self-congratulatory and self-important and egotistical. It drives me insane. Not all of your opinions are that important. Nobody needs to hear what you thought about Classic Who Series 5, Episode 8. Nobody cares about your opinions. Nobody cares about your opinions. You just need to calm down and enjoy the show. Tweet about what you like. If you tweet about what you like, it will be a more positive space for people to interact in, and you will have a better time. I promise you.
Yeah,
I'm getting rid of Twitter.
100%. I cannot agree more. This was literally, that is the top of my list. Doctor Who Twitter in full caps, because let me just have a quick rant. Add on to your beautiful point. You lot scare me. You genuinely scare me. I will not name certain names, but people out there who were once in 2021 civilized. You know who you are. You are terrifying. You are so rude. You are so aggressive. You genuinely, to my core, scare me. I cannot go on that platform without thinking, oh my God, they want to set me on fire. They hate me. They hate everyone. They hate everything. If you say one thing that people on Twitter disagree with, they will chop your head off, send you death threats. You are scary. You cannot hide behind a layer of false, I read this, so I know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. You've shared that opinion in your little scary group chats. Doctor Who Twitter genuinely terrifies me to my core. And if I could completely unravel... I will just give a quick shout out, though. There are some lovely people there. There are some absolutely lovely people.
The PR managers come out.
I've got... I won't name any, because... That will probably get them death threats somehow. But whenever me or Tharies have had a moment of crisis, there's some lovely people out there who reach out and ground everything back in reality.
But some of you actively make me embarrassed to say I'm a Doctor Who fan. Yeah. It is annoying. Yeah. At Twitter, for the first few weeks, I hid the fact that I was a Doctor Who fan because I was so embarrassed at the state of the fandom. It is... stop. Take a chill pill. Everything is bad, but you are okay. You will be okay.
And what's scary as well is it's every angle. Whether it's the Not My Doctors, whether it's the people you'd expect to just be like happy, civilized Doctor Who fans, they're all terrifying, and it scares me. I think,
shall be well.
Yeah, it's that released something in my soul.
I feel like this has just become more of an intervention than us.
I'm going to clip this and put this on Twitter and at all the people that I'm talking about.
Someone will be there. I know the usernames. They're coming to mind right now.
This has become more of an intervention than anything else.
I'm trying to think of people that I like, because I feel like I'm not going to
go to therapy.
You need to have your 14th Doctor moment where you retire to a garden somewhere.
Josh Snares, I like him.
Yeah, we'll give it. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Shout out to Josh Snares. Josh Snares is lovely.
Shout out to Josh Snares, I like him.
Guy Lambert, lovely. Mr. TARDIS, actually.
I was going to say Mr. TARDIS.
He gets a lot of flack as well, like we do, but he's actually a really lovely bloke, I want to say.
George Sheard is absolutely lovely.
He's
so chill.
He's very cool.
He's so chill. There's some lovely people on Doctor Who Twitter, so don't be completely scared away.
On TikTok, I absolutely love Bad Wolf Attire, MJ. Oh my God.
Oh, yes, yeah.
The TikTok reposts go insane. Like my entire timeline is just Doctor Who, and it's like reposted by MJ, reposted by MJ, reposted by MJ, and I'm like, Wayne, you give me those TikToks. Adding to the saved folder, right? Next.
To play, okay, I'm going to be the one to play devil's advocate.
Surprise!
Listen. Look, I am one of Doctor Who Twitter's most hated men. It probably goes Joseph Stalin, Actually, no.
What you're saying there is a joke,
That's-
but me and you have literally been photoshopped onto a picture of Joseph Stalin and Hitler by people on
Joseph.
Twitter.
I got photoshopped.
Genuinely happened.
I got photoshopped into a meat grinder once. So let this be clear.
Bumping off the meat grinder. Bumping off the...
I am coming at this, having dealt with the brunt, the fire, and the fury. I will say though, there are some absolutely magic moments on there as well. Because hear me out, right? Doctor Who lockdown, the tweet-alongs. You had Russell T Davis there. You had all the other people being like, "Oh, I remember this, isn't it marvelous? Oh, look, Stone of Earth. Oh, there's a million Doctors. Oh, marvelous." But then you would also, you'd get things like the memes that would spread. Like Evil Dan was a Twitter thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Dugadoo that did a lot of stuff on Twitter as well. All of when people will react to a moment and everyone will be like, what was that? Or be like, and yes, I know it can be toxic, but there is joy there as well. And I know that Elon Musk has sucked all the joy out of that very app, but there are people there.
There is joy there. But at the same time, another thing we haven't even touched on, whenever there is a global crisis, like a genuine, horrible, real-world event, I know that I can log on to Twitter and see the 12th Doctor going, "Every war ever fought, right there in front of you." Is that right? Not now. Not now.
I'm dying. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Yeah.
Also, the fact that you were talking about lovely moments, Tharies, and you mentioned the Doctor Who tweet along, the first thing my brain went to was the drama of it and them not doing it for the Shakespeare Code and the fire and brimstone that spread across that app from lots of different sides being like...
Why didn't they do it for the Shakespeare Code?
Because of writer.
Yeah.
Oh.
The trouble is, as well, because this is a genuine point, not even just exaggerated to be funny, but genuinely, I do think Twitter actively makes the entire world worse. Because in a situation like that, it's like, without getting too much into politics on this channel, but someone like J.K. Rowling has gone down a terrifying path. And obviously that is on them, but also it's not helped by... because people aren't given the chance to change. And I think people join little sects or little cults of things and they can't escape it because there are just fighting around everywhere. If people were allowed to just talk and some people will say things that everyone disagrees with or are factually wrong, but if they are able to be corrected in a calm and polite manner rather than a mob, I genuinely think the world would be such a better place because people just shout and argue and hate each other. And I don't want to sound like I just
people just ain't no good.
War guys.
What you're saying is
whatever thoughts on Twitter.
Yeah, no, that's what you're saying is we need to sit down and talk.
Yeah, just play the Zygon inversion speech there. Actually,
ironic.
Doctor Who TikTok, hilarious, brilliant, love it. That Joe, me and you were talking the other day about the "you're turning me into you."
Yeah.
There are some great memes out there. They're excellent, but Doctor Who Twitter is just it's just awful.
Tharies has slightly, I'm not going to lie, very slightly won me over, just because it's almost like it's like an abusive relationship. I've just remembered when this started, I liked Doctor Who Twitter. I enjoyed visiting that platform. But the state it's got to, I think I've got to break up with it. I've got to
it's got too bad.
The other thing I will say is that I have genuinely met people who have become IRL friends on that platform. Not so much you guys, because it's more of a
just do it through Discord.
You're not my friends, so that's fine.
But I have met multiple people who have become actual real life friends from that app.
They're annoying too.
Yeah, Sean is one of them. Hi, Sean.
Shout out to Sean.
Hi, John.
I do think we'll bring this to a close.
There is value to that. There's value to that. Even in the ship.
You are right. I am less hating of it than I was when I came into this, but I'm afraid I'm going to still vote to send it to Poosh just because it genuinely scares me like is actually actively like if you put like a heart rate monitor on me when I open that app, I am genuinely like, oh god, what am I going to be greeted with today? Like has Tharies said something mildly annoying that will now make him public enemy number one, and like it's terrifying.
Sometimes I'll just be right.
I'm going to vote send it to Poosh. Arthur, you said very little. What are your thoughts on this topic?
I haven't spoken since Osh said Twitter, because like you're talking about Twitter and TikTok, two platforms I just do not engage with. So, you know,
for the record, he's not morally superior. He scrolls Instagram reels and laughs at the early ones. Don't stick you into being a morally intelligent man because he doesn't have TikTok or Twitter.
Artie is a genuine boomer. He sent me and Osh the other week a AI without Skylar like meme. Like, what are you doing, you middle-aged man?
Granddad, get off your phone.
I've seen this wonderful thing on Facebook Marketplace. So Artie, what are you going for? What are you sending it to Poosh, I imagine?
Yeah.
Thanks for the decisive action. Tharies, I wonder where are you gonna go on this?
If it's going to Poosh, then I'm going with him. It may be a terrible sight. It may rot my brain. It may make me want to kill myself. But you know what? I would never. The other way. Look,
what is Doctor Who Blue Sky like?
I don't know. No,
I was there for a day and literally nothing happened, and everyone just went back to Twitter.
What's the one Chinese equivalent? I bet the Doctor Who Chinese equivalent goes crazy.
As bad as Twitter is, Blue Sky's boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just boring.
But this is the problem, though. It's built to just take your dopamine and your anger and your hatred and your rage and just channel it into the platform.
Twitter itself, terrible. Doctor Who people on Twitter, also terrible, but very occasionally there will be moments where you're like, you know what? And also, from a perspective of doing what we do, Joe, for a living, kind of, the news...
Nice way to make us sound really cool.
Yeah. The news, though, it's one of the easiest ways to find out immediately, like, what's going on, because people are very good at documenting it and stuff like that. So it is actually useful in my line of work, to sound a bit cringe.
Both of your votes so far have just been protecting your own bank account. This is outrageous.
Look, we're the moneyed interests lobbying the court.
Oh, okay, well, I believe you're probably outvoted anyway, but Elise, what are you going with?
If I could have like a slightly unnecessarily long closing statement, I do believe the problem with things like Doctor Who Blue Sky and things are because when a new social media app is like put out there, you have a lot of people trying to become like one of the top creators on the app, because now we know that social media can make money. You've got a lot of people vying for the top spots, so you've got a lot of people on Blue Sky instantly trying to like put out as much as possible to be a name. And I think that's one of the differences between Doctor Who Twitter and Doctor Who TikTok. Is Doctor Who TikTok, most of it is just it's a funny video, someone will go viral once, and then it's all a bit more community based, whereas Twitter, you get things like if something happens, like drama in the community or some news is released, and you get people genuinely tweeting things like, people have been asking to hear what I have to say on this matter. Yeah. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you in your mum's basement has to say. People can speak about... When people put out
public statements, and I know that's ironic because technically I did, but this is the problem is the culture of it. I had to make a public statement at one point, and I did it while going like, what have I become? What's happened to me? I used to be a happy person.
If someone is being like, I feel like that wasn't the right thing to say in this situation, or I feel like maybe you should approach it from this perspective, that kind of thing. But people sat there, like, typing a tweet for 45 minutes going, just to add in my 2 cents on this discussion, shut up.
Just no one asked. Up. Nobody asked.
Nobody asked. Say what you want to say and then go back to your job.
Especially you. Sorry, let's get that out.
Oh
Can you just
Clock
give
it,
that in,
clock
but
it.
blur the name?
So it's getting sent to Poosh, okay?
Yeah.
Doctor Who Twitter.
Bye.
I'm
You're
going with him. But
Internet,
Yeah.
The internet is dead, and it has been for a very, very long time. If you don't start being nice to each other, it will cease to exist. You're all boring.
Here. Okay. Who wants to go next?
No, I go because I want to talk about something I can talk about.
Go on, Grandad.
I've generally forgotten what I was going to say.
I forgot.
Mine's a bit more positive, so I have a bit more of a chill 5
Good.
minutes.
Let's uplift
That's
us.
good. We need that.
And I'm definitely
Hurrah!
someone who has done this, but I want to put into Room 101 people saying Doctor Who needs to be cancelled, or Russell T Davies is a bad writer. Because the one thing about Doctor Who is we know it can bounce back. It has seen some dodgy years, and it is coming back. It's coming home this Christmas. Tune in. We're all going to be happy with the next episode. And if we're not, we'll be happy with the one after that, and then the one after that, because it's such a long show, and it will stay on TV until TV isn't a thing anymore. And I will always tune in, and it should never be cancelled. And also, Russell can write whatever dog shit he wants. He gave me the best 4 series of my life,
Right.
and I will never call that man a bad writer.
Valid. I do think the online hate for people like it's whoever the current showrunner is, and especially Russell at the moment. Like, people are insane. But it's Twitter again.
Twitter.
It is those.
What can I say?
Don't circle back. Positive zone.
But you're right. Russell. Not only that as well, right? Because this is what people always seem to forget when they shout and they're like, "Oh, I hate Russell." He's just a bloke writing a TV show for entertainment.
It's
Even
not.
if you didn't like it.
Most of the time, he's good at it.
Yeah,
Most
and
of the
he's so
time.
nice as well. I'm sorry, if the man himself was like a horrible person, I could kind of get why people are like, oh, I don't want him in the job. He is so lovely. He seems so lovely. Whenever he's
You
like,
think
there's not,
he looks tired?
there is not a bad, like, I've never heard of a fan who's met him and gone, he wasn't nice. He seems lovely.
I feel like none of us are going to disagree with this point, right? Like, this is so easily going to the moon.
Well, it's interesting though, right? Because I see a lot of people say Doctor Who needs to go off air a few years. I see that as quite a common sentiment that people will say. And I get where people are coming from, right? Because the idea is, oh, it can come back in a few years and be new and fresh for everyone like it was in 2005. The issue I have with that though is really twofold. One, if it goes away, there isn't a guarantee it comes back. I think people are assuming that if it, went off air, that it would automatically come back in a few years. Not necessarily. Point number 2 would be a gap in the releases does not necessarily indicate that what would come after it would be of quality. Just because there's a gap doesn't change. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean that what would come after it would be good. And that's not me saying that, you couldn't have a new era start in a few years that would be good, but I'm saying it's not a guarantee of it. The gap of time or a cancellation in and of itself is not a virtuous
Especially
thing.
when you look historically, because people always miss out the TV movie. That was supposed to be the big relaunch for Doctor Who, and it flopped. The only thing I will say, maybe as a little bit of a counterpoint, and I feel like Elise might actually agree with this, is giving Doctor Who a break. Because I remember after the reality war, Elise's, you can go and watch a live replay of Elise's reaction and literal breakdown. Sometimes it needs a little, I don't know though, I don't know if I agree, but sometimes maybe it needs a little nap and then it comes back. Not a long one.
I feel like, it needs a nap. It does not need a full night's sleep. It's like, for instance, the break we're getting at the moment, I'm gutted we didn't get a Christmas special, but like, it's have time to breathe, but the show has not been cancelled. It's just having a little snooze, and that's fine. But the people who say it needs to be cancelled and come back in 10 years, piss off. It's so much fun to love and hate every episode. It's so much fun to be proven wrong when you love something, and even more fun to be proven wrong when you hated it. Like, it's just a great show. It's been around for so long, and fuck off.
Let's send those people to Poosh.
I'm in agreement.
I'm in agreement.
Yeah, soft agreement, because I do think it is okay
Push
to
over.
have discussions
Like a
about
soft Brexit.
well, I want a soft border, and
That's going to be clipped and put on Twitter.
I want it. Yeah, I think it's okay to have discussions again, like going, well, maybe if it came back in a couple of years, and I think it's okay for people to be like, maybe we need a change from Russell T Davies, but it also very much annoys me because people hated Moffat when he was running it, people hated Chibnall when he was running it, people hate Russell T Davies now, and it really annoys me when people get really antsy about a specific showrunner and like compare them. Tharies, I know you've yelled at other people for doing this on Twitter, but you also do it
Joe looking at
yourself.
me in the viewfinder then, and I was just like, I know.
I knew the second you went, people hated Chibnall. Thary's eyes were like, hated. I still.
No, I think
It's popular to hate it. It's like the government. People loved Labour until Labour got in. No, actually, let's not got too. It's fair enough to hate the government. But people like, people like to look back on times and all sorts of things and go, oh, wasn't it so good then? Start appreciating what you've got now, guys, because this era won't be forever. Let's take what's good about it.
I remember as well.
The next one.
Series 10 at the time, everyone online was whining and moaning and complaining, and it's like, hang on, now it's widely regarded as a genuinely banger series, up there with some of the best. Series 4 as well, there was this really interesting post where they'd got like message board things of the time. People were going like, oh, this has taken it a step too far. This is ridiculous. Rubbish TV. Donna's the most annoying companion. I wish she'd shut her mouth. No, you're just a misogynist. And it's like, people always hate the show. They always complain. # free Doctor Who. We love Doctor Who. Even the bad episodes.
We are Doctor Who. We carry the show.
But also, can I just say, you could hate the series, want Russell to go, but pretending he's a bad writer who's never been good just winds me up, because it's just not true.
Yeah.
Well, I will also say, because obviously everyone glared at me when Chibnall's name was mentioned, so I just want to say, I do think that he is a lovely bloke. I genuinely don't believe we've had a bad bloke running Doctor Who.
Cover your back, Bosh, cover your back.
No, but you know what I mean? Every single one of them is lovely. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Stephen Moffat, and like it's
marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
Yeah, well, that's not, But what I'm saying, I went to go see Stephen Moffat at like a convention thing in Cardiff, I think last year, and he was saying to me how he genuinely thought that like everyone hated him. Like he still thought that everyone hated him, like because of how much crap he used to get. In spite of the fact that now, if you go online, most people kind of see the Moffat era and particularly the Capaldi era as a bit of a renaissance. But like he still thinks that the fandom actively despises him. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's kind of sad.
It's like when you're a kid and you're always complaining about how crap it is to be a kid. Well, those were the best of times. Okay? So just appreciate them while you've got them, because they'll go and then something else will take its place. And you might not like that thing as much as you like this.
I think that's a very good one. We'll send. We're all in agreement. We're sending those people.
Just a tiny point. It's the same. It's the attitude as well because I just mentioned John Nathan Turner and listening to Exterminate, Regenerate. Oh, love it. But there's the bit like, and obviously don't love John Nathan Turner, but the thing that people like fans were shouting at him like, we were here before you and we'll be here long after you've gone. Like that kind of attitude is just like, hang on, these are the people that are making it your favourite show. Come on. I am happy. I didn't love the past few series of Doctor Who. I'm still going to watch it. We can talk about the fact that I literally had the worst crash out of 2025 on Joe's channel, but Russell T Davies is producing content in the universe that I love more than anything else in the world, and I will always appreciate and respect him for that because he feeds my soul. Might be shit food, but he still feeds it to me.
And it's why as well I think that the showrunners not always literally in terms of writing need to be Doctor Who fans, but I think it helps because the fact that Chibnall, Moffat, and I don't think Russell, but he definitely used to. Like, there's obviously the infamous Chibnall interview when he was like our age, it could have been a lot better. It could have been slightly better written. There's screenshots of Moffat, which I'm 90% are real, from like an old message board in the 90s, where he is absolutely slating Classic Who. Like Moffat is like, what a mistake of a show. Dreadful, terrible, cancel it. And it's like, at the end of the day, we all do it. That's what being a fan is. And I think like Russell, he got a lot of a lot of pushback on Twitter when he released, but it was a column in Doctor Who magazine about the start of the 60th, and it cracks me up to this day because he analysed everything through the mind of a fan and was like, oh, the first shot of this new era is stock footage. It can't be. Fire Russell. He's terrible. We pan down to David Tennant. Why is he back? I hated him. Oh, Jodie's box. That's a good box, but I didn't like Jodie Whittaker. And it's like they know the way fans think, and I feel like to be the head of a show like this, you've got to, because fans, they say they hate it, but realistically as well, even bad Doctor Who is still Doctor Who. Like, I still love it. It's like, but let's move on. Sent to Poosh, the people. What would you categorise it as, Artie? What would you say? Who are you sending?
It's not who. It's just because we all do it, as you say. It's just
that
saying. It's saying the show should be cancelled, fundamentally.
Fair enough. Okay, nice. Who hasn't gone yet? Tharies.
You.
No.
I've been.
Is it just me?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
You did Twitter, didn't you?
As I said,
did Twitter.
At the top of my list was Twitter. So I'm going to have to go to one of my backup options, which has kind of been touched on, but I'll go into a specific. Okay, we'll do it more lighthearted. What I've got written down is big CGI returning monsters for no reason, which is a similar thing to Elise. But I'm going to extend it to make it slightly different, not just in name of the... what's it called? The Next Doctor. Russell's like Cybermen, but big and CGI.
Big.
The Sutek, Omega, etc. I am going to extend this, okay, to my personal beef with Baby Eric from Space Base.
This poor child, man.
I'm sorry.
This poor
How does
man.
that equate? What?
Because he's also a CGI creation of Doctor Who having too much
I thought you were
budget.
gonna say
CGI.
I thought you were.
Room 101.
I thought you were going to say CGI creature for a second.
No,
I really.
but I think when the Disney budget was like, okay, we'll give you loads of money, whoever decided to just spend large portions of the budget on CGI things, which like Omega could just be a guy in a mask. Space Baby Eric, did you need to spend half of a budget on talking babies? And not only that, but it's why I single out Baby Eric. I've said it so many times. That poor baby does not want to be there. He is scared and he has pooed himself for that entire episode. But the look on his face and the dialogue coming out of his CGI mouth is like, yay, Ruby, I'm so happy to be here. And it's like, someone change his nappy, please. Like, Captain Poppy, she is acting her heart out. When it's like, oh, you're lovely, aren't you? She's like, yeah. When it's like, oh, there's a scary thing, she's like, oh no. Baby Eric sat next to her going, oh, I've just pooed myself, gang, I've just pooed myself. So, Baby Eric can get banished.
Is that what you want to change it to? Just Baby Eric? Just him?
No, I'm only bringing up poor Eric because Elise basically did the
I do,
but
I do 100% think you're correct though. Like, it's CGI, makeup and costumes and real animals, and will always look so much better than the CGI that Doctor Who managed to get themselves. Star Wars has amazing CGI because, quite frankly, they beat their works into submission and make them work on godly hours. Doctor Who can't do that. The BBC can't do that. They have a lot more money. So because of the budget they're on, makeup and practical effects are always just going to look so much better and so much nicer and have more life and creativity and soul in them.
Artie, as our resident CGI artist, how does it feel that people want you out of work?
I do.
Well, I feel that there's been a lot of mistakes in the way that they've approached their big budget. But without large scale CG in Doctor Who, we would not have a steering wheel on a skyscraper, which is my personal highlight of the last 10 years of Doctor Who. We would also not have that fun sort of like speedery through the bones and stuff. We wouldn't have, it's a terrible scene, but it does, well.
You're not selling this very well.
I was gonna say when the Doctor's like shouting out the TARDIS into the time vortex, but it's not great. But it looks cool, and there's some great it's shit.
Interstellar Song Contest. Interstellar Song Contest.
Yes, it looked great.
No, it did.
No, it does. It looks good, but the problem is the problem is when you have that level of budget. Like, if you're gonna do CGI Sutek as a dog, like, it doesn't. Making them big does not equate to good. Like, if you had Sutek unmasked as a jackal sort of thing, like, that is kind of sick. Do that on a Disney budget, and as well, like, because this is the budget thing as well, make his mouth move when he talks. Like, I know that sounds like a minor complaint, but like, we've just got like a big dog, and make his mouth move.
Just to add to that as well, add to that quickly as well. As the resident Sutek enjoyer, as a kid, when I watched Pyramids of Mars, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we actually got to see Sutek move around and like use his powers, almost like almost like a Force user in Star Wars. You know how like Darth Vader will use and then with all that money and all that those years later, 40 years on, what do they decide to do with him? They sit him on top of a box, and he fulfills the exact same function that he did 40 years ago. And I'm saying, if you've got money, what's the point? Do something cool with it. I always thought, and this is what I've said a million times, but you know the bit in Legend of Ruby Sunday where you have the cloudy bit of him before he turns into the dog, where it's like it should have been like that mask forms out of the clouds, out of the smoke. So it's like a bit of a Wizard of Oz type thing. That would have been a cool new way of reinterpreting it, rather than let's just plonk him on the TARDIS and have him sit there for 40 minutes.
This is the issue. Is that I feel like they're not using it to add anything to the character, and it's like, you've made Sutek a monster. What does that do? What's he now gonna do that has changed?
Can I add a point here? Because I think this brings us back round to fan service, because I just wrote down a sentence that Joe just said, which was, if you're going to do CGI Sutek as a dog, why would you want to do CGI Sutek as a dog? Stop messing with the law for cheap shots. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Thank you very much.
Cancel the show. Fire everyone on it.
Fire Adipose Davis. Stick it on Twitter.
So have we all? Well, no. First, sorry. Are we sending Baby Eric to the Lost Man of Pooh? Baby Eric and his company of evils.
I vote no.
That's because you want a job.
No, it's not. I think it's exciting that Doctor Who has access to this imagery. I just think they need to come up with better reasons to use it.
Yeah, to be fair, Artie, they don't have access to it anymore, whether we send them to Lost Man of Pooh or not.
If they did, I just think they need to come up with better reasons to use it. And
a good example, in their defence, because we've been negative, Mr. Ringading. That is a great example of using the budget to realise.
Do you mean when they created an entirely new character and didn't rely on past experiences?
We did.
Well, actually, he was part of the pre-existing pantheon, actually.
What, do you mean the pantheon that they just went, oh yeah, the pantheon, you guys know what that is, right? Oh, this episode is more scary because we've called it a god.
What you don't realise is that was actually fan service.
I called it the God of Light, so therefore it's scary. Are you invested now? But I wrote God of Light.
No, I don't know. I quite like.
I think it's the Pantheon's such a banger idea. It's just not utilised properly.
It was so underused. They didn't know if they'd have been like, oh, this kind of mythic era of it, and this is the Pantheon. It was just they just introduce a monster and be like, oh, did you know that's part of the Pantheon, guys? Shut up.
Because they don't play by the normal rules of Doctor Who monster logic, which I quite like. Like they are distinctly different.
To make them, but don't just go the Pantheon.
I think the problem is they needed to establish a sort of logic to the Pantheon, because I don't get what it is.
Yeah.
Because why do they all do the giggle?
Pointless.
Also, a little bit of homework for everyone, right? Because I've made this point many a time, but someone time-stamped a moment in Legend of Ruby Sunday. Sutekh may do the giggle. When he's being revealed, it's really weird, and I think it's because Gabriel Wolfe, bless the lovely man himself, but I don't think he's a very musically talented man. So I don't think he can hit the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But Sutekh goes like... it's like is that Sutekh doing the giggle? Like I want a VAR on this. Everyone in the comments, go to the Sutekh reveal and listen out for the. I'm not going to bark into the mic, okay?
No.
As much as you all want that. But yeah, let's do a VAR. That's the real question here. Are we sending CGI Eric and the friends to the Lost Moon of Poosh? I vote yes.
I'm not even sure what I'm voting for anymore, but sure.
I vote yes.
Get him gone. Been outvoted. Goodbye, Eric. Change it. Shall we read some viewer suggestions?
Are we doing two first, or is it just are we just doing the one?
We'll do speed round of viewer suggestions. Then we are going to do a legitimate speed round of our next things to send to the Lost Moon of Poosh. Right. Otherwise, this will go on.
The first viewer suggestion was going to be the thing that I said, and that is Reddit leaks. I wasn't going to say Reddit because
Reddit leaks are different. I don't know. It depends, because it is exciting to sit down in a call with your mates and go like, "Oh, I've heard that." Because I'm not being funny.
But Joe, multiple times over the last 2-3 years, you've gone. I was quite annoyed watching it because I just knew. You've disappointed yourself so many times.
But at the same time, one of my favourite Doctor Who conversations ever, and I will not reveal a multitude of sources, but was the day me and Tharies went on a WhatsApp call. I don't know if you remember this, Tharies. If you don't, I'll be heartbroken. But went on a WhatsApp call because we had found out that Shooty was this was way before season 2. There was that WhatsApp call because I was in the kitchen and you rang me and you were like, it's happening. Shooty's gone. Shooty is gone. And I think it was early January of last year. And we were both just, over about half an hour, we were just on the phone like, we can't make a video on this. That can't be put. There's no, Shooty's gone. He can't be gone. That was so fun. Those discussions were so much fun. And it did end up happening. It did end up being true. But that, discussion, and it does, the bi-generation, I wish I didn't know that. That ruined that. But I quite liked knowing that Shooty was going to go at the end of the reality war. That was. I'd have rather known it than not. I
disagree. I hate when things leak because I think it rips so much enjoyment out of that. This is a case where doing something with fans is fun, and leaking that things for the fan is in the episode makes it less fun. And it's really annoying. And no one that watches this is going to get this, but there's a guy in football who consistently leaks when a footballer is going to be traded to a different team. When that's leaked, it's the same sort of disappointment of if I'd not known that before, I would have had so much more fun with this experience. It would have been so much more it's so awesome. And that's what the show is wanting to achieve.
I agree when it's specific plot leaks, which is why, although it's nearly impossible, I try and stay away from the actual plot. But when it's things that will be announced before the episode months in advance, I can't, the build-up of who's going to be the next Doctor, all of the rumours and speculation I find so fascinating. It is so much fun to discuss. Well, even if it doesn't happen, there was a point where we were discussing, is Hugh Grant going to be the 14th Doctor? It didn't happen, but that was a fun chat.
That's just rumours and fancasting. That is fun.
But that's Reddit
when
leaks.
It actually leaks. The reason they're announcing this stuff before the episode comes out is because it will leak. Like,
Yeah, I like knowing what they want us to know. Like, I don't have a massively strong opinion on it going in Room 101 and getting rid of it, because I do think Joe knew the bi-generation was going to happen, so he filmed all of our reactions. That's quite cute. And like, I've always asked you to not tell me, because I don't like to know the leaks, and I feel generally I can keep myself out of those spaces. Do run into them. I found out The Well was potentially going to be a midnight sequel like the night before, which I was so pissed off about, because I would have, like, the feeling I would have gotten had I not known that would have been absolutely incredible. So I wish some stuff like that didn't leak. Generally, I feel like I can keep themselves out of it, but I think it is nice as a community to not guess exactly what's going to happen. Like, I like it being guesses. I like going, oh, I think this is going to happen. I think this is going to happen. Not, I know this is going to happen because some guy broke his NDA. I feel like it's just a bit disappointing. I like the guessing. I like the theories.
The problem is, to be difficult here, to split it down the middle, I would send, like, Andrew, the infamous leaker of last year, who leaked literally everything, every plot detail. That I would send to Poosh. Gone. Kabam. But the excitement and the fun of, like, chatting with people who are genuinely passionate about Doctor who care about, like, oh, well, this leak says that this, like, the build up to David Tennant and Catherine Tate coming back, that was electric. The months of, like, I remember once again, like, Tharies, we were on call going, hang on, this person that my lecturer's friend knows says that David Tennant was getting a COVID test in London. Does this mean he's coming back? And then it's like, David Tennant's cut his hair. Is David Tennant coming back? And then when David Tennant came back, it was like, yes, he's back. That's so exciting. Leaks.
That stuff, like, oh, I heard someone that said that, like, that
it's
stuff like that is,
I think
like,
that's what this would be categorised as, because that's where
anything.
most of the Reddit leaks come from. And I think one of the reasons people get annoyed is because a lot of them are false. Like, a lot of them are just speculation disguised as leaks, because often online people do that so that people, like, pay attention to it. But I can't lie, as much as sometimes it's a load of waffle, it's fun to discuss. Like, I get a kick out of it. Plot leaks, I'll agree with, though. I didn't like knowing that Mrs. Flood was the Rani. Didn't like knowing all of these little bits.
Yeah,
I didn't like knowing that it was going to be Billie Piper, because Joe went, because as I said earlier, I've always been like, do not tell me anything, and Joe went, oh, I'll tell you this one, Liz, because it's never going to happen. Billie Piper's the Doctor.
Who expected that? Like, when I heard that, I remember I was like, there's no way. Because someone...
The good thing about the Billie Piper one, though, was that it was so unbelievable. Because genuinely, when I watched the episode, I leapt out of my seat and was just like, are you serious? What are you doing? And it was almost more exciting, just like Doctor Who playing chicken with the fans at how ridiculous it can be.
Yeah.
Obviously, as me, I obviously have a bit of a horse in the game. Wonder why. I think I'm gonna get back to what Elise was saying about, like, obviously you try and avoid the spaces where you can, and I think what is annoying is when people will deliberately be like, have you seen this, to someone who doesn't want to know it, and that's where I'm fully like, yeah. But I also think for the people who do like to discuss these things, you know, sometimes they're true, sometimes they aren't. I think that for some people that keeps them going. They're like little appetizers before your main course. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there is a value in that, and I think if we were to strip it away completely, what are we left with? Do you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm coming to bat for something that on the surface is very annoying, and I get it. And I still have skin in the game, but I do think, like with the Twitter thing as well, and it was my same logic there are benefits to that communal aspect of, ooh, could this happen? Could this not happen? Could this be legitimate? Is this bollocks? And I think that there's genuinely a level to which there's a genuinely interesting conversation there. Like, I remember when Flux was coming out, because Flux was like the prime era for Reddit leaks, because that was the era where COVID was going on, No one could see filming, so it was all very under wraps. No one really knew what was going on. And I remember some of the ideas coming out of that. And yes, a lot of the Reddit leaks that came out were absolute tosh. They were waffle. They didn't happen. But I'll tell you what, some of the ideas that came out of it were pretty cool. You know, some of the ideas that were said about how they could do it were pretty cool. Got us all as a community together to do something whilst bugger all was going on. So I think that, yes, they're annoying. And I do think that if you don't want to be in those spaces, fair enough. And I don't think they should be impressed upon you. But I also don't see much of a harm if people want to divulge it.
It's a near impossible thing because it's all subjective, but I do think there's, at least for me, there is a line of like, this is fun to know, but then there's it when it crosses that line into just the entire plot. I'm like,
I don't like
why
it when
did I read that? I've done it to myself. As a kid, I remember one of the things, it'd be like my origin story as a YouTuber. There was, I think Council of Geeks and some other people were talking about like
Love Council of Geeks.
50th anniversary photos.
Yeah.
And then the leaked Series 8 Capaldi costume when there was pictures of him on set. Like, as a kid, that was so exciting because it didn't spoil the plot. It was just looking at the photos and like, oh, the Doctor gets a new coat, or oh, this is Bill Potts, the new companion, or like, it was so exciting to see those bits. The problem is just, how do you draw the line?
I think everyone's line is going to be different, right?
Yeah.
How much are you willing to have revealed to you?
Let's quickly decide, because this was supposed to be a speed round and we have just talked for ages. So I'm going to vote. I don't know. I'm not voting until I know what everyone else has done.
Can I try and influence your vote? Can I go first?
You can, Arthur.
Because there are two men in the news at the moment that were very, very good at leaking, and I am sending Peter Mandelson and Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't think that's comparable. You know? You cannot compare.
So if you want to keep Mandelson around, Joe, that's on you.
I don't think that's relevant here. You're getting confused with the Thary's Politics channel again, so go and have that discussion over there. But
I can't wait to find out who Thary's wants to win the by-election.
If you can keep them out of the BBC official Doctor Who Instagram comment sections, do what you like.
Wow, you
don't comment.
That's crazy.
Don't sit there and comment, oh, is tomorrow's episode going to be a sequel? Like Russell T Davies is going to respond to your comment being like, yes, babe, kiss this.
Because that is being a twat, though. Like, that is being a twat.
My vote is yes, but purely because I think they're really annoying.
I sent Mandelson away.
Right, stop.
We can't keep saying that as a running joke. We can't.
Artie, what are you going for?
Mr. Mandelson.
Don't you cut my joke, Joe. I've already voted.
Right. Artie, in your fantastic amount of headspace, what are you going for?
Well, it looks like an Echo's End shot.
I'm voting to banish them to the moon. I'm fed up of leakers meddling with stuff going on.
It just wasted everybody's time. I felt like a secondary school teacher.
So,
I've got my GCSEs, Artie. It's your time you're wasting. It's not...
I know it just leaves us two, doesn't it? To say, have we said?
Yeah.
You both said that.
So, I mean, in my case, I think it's fairly obvious. I like being employed.
Dear. Right, shut up. I'm going to wrap this up. Yes. Plot leaks, specific plot leaks, are really annoying. They're almost impossible to avoid these days. Really annoying. Get rid of plot leaks. Fun little rumours about, for the 60th anniversary, David Tennant's coming back. Fill that up. That is so exciting. That is so hype. I love all the discussion around it. So banish specific plot leaks. Keep non-plot leaks that are fun discussion topics.
The next one we've sort of touched on, but the fans, they hate on everything.
Well, I think that's this podcast in a nutshell.
Yeah, the podcast would be gone.
Yeah, I think, banish them.
Nice that you're a fan.
I reckon keep us around.
No,
get rid.
do my head in.
There we are.
As one of them, I will say.
Yeah, no, I say this as a Doctor Who fan. We fucking suck. We suck.
Okay, are we banishing Doctor Who fans?
I think this is coming back down to the Twitter argument, and I voted to banish Twitter, but I think that fans are actually quite nice.
Yeah. Actually, you are
That
right.
had a community within the fans. I sat there on the school bus and made friends with Charlie Joe, and we convinced all of our friends to watch Doctor Who. And yeah, they hate us now, but it's fine.
Artie,
yeah,
what
no,
are you
I
saying?
agree.
No, keep them around. It's a bit of fun.
Nice. Next.
When this touches on what Elise was saying, but sort of not. When I have to watch Classic Who episodes just to understand new ones, they say no shade to Classic Who. I'm saying full shade to Classic Who.
No, you can't keep doing
It's
this.
impenetrable and boring.
You're a loser. But their point is 100% valid. 100%. If you have to watch it, something like School Reunion, great. You don't have to watch it. You can understand who Sarah Jane is in the context of the episode. But if not, no, bad, banish.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because what's it called? What's it called when they kind of condescend the audience at the same time as doing it? But they dumb everything down and they go, oh well, you don't have to have watched it, but here's like a run through of the episode, and it's like, okay, well, at the same, you're expecting me to have all of this lore knowledge, but you're also expecting me not to be able to follow this simple plot, so you keep repeating the plot aloud to me. I hate it. Pick a script, stick with it.
I think we should get rid of it, but for the exemption, everybody should watch Invasion of the Dinosaurs because it's the best episode of all time.
Solid. Okay, next one. Quick fire.
Joe, I know how you're voting on this one. Clara.
Clara hate.
Not be sent
Clara hate in the large 2026. I'm sorry. You need to get
be a Clara
over it.
hater. That's
old
news. Boring.
Clara's the second best companion.
She's just come back up in my rewatch. It's class. It's class. She's class.
I feel like this comment was
she's in the main show.
I feel like this comment was from 2014. Like, we've moved on.
Yeah. I remember the infamous The Crispy Pro video. Why do people hate Clara? What a banger.
Isn't that like his best performing video ever, I think?
That was the first ever YouTube video I watched.
There you go then. There you go. So, we're not sending Clara to Poosh.
No.
Let's go to
We're not sending her to your room either.
We have already talked about this one. Modern Earth has a setting. All of space and time, and the Doctor always seems to spend half their time in the 21st century British city. I agree with you about maternity, but let's keep it in Britain.
I think obviously they do it because of budget constraints, and that's understandable, and I understand the need to ground a series somewhere, but I don't think it's entirely necessary. I think that you can ground it in other things than just, like, I don't know. I don't mind an occasional modern day Earth setting, but I think as long as you spice it up and you do different things with it, that's fun.
In principle, I get where they're coming from, but in practice, I do think that modern Earth is somewhat essential. I'm not saying it has to be there every week. And I am a person who quite likes when the show is more broad. It's one of the reasons why I like the Smith era. It doesn't really feel as Earth-centric, really, or at least modern-day Earth-centric. There's a lot of like past episodes and like weird time episodes, but not as much in just modern, normal Earth, which I do quite like. But I think to say no more of it at all would be too much of a step. I think it's too important.
It's kind of a vibe on a rewatch when you go back and you're like, oh my, this was what 2014 was like.
It's Naveen two-parter. Oh my god,
There's too many good episodes.
Boomtown, like you've got so many lovely modern.
I love Classic Who as well, being able to just see like the world in the 1970s, and it's not just like a replication; it's actual 1970s. Like that's fun. That's nice. Let's go to our next one.
This is also like a 2014 response, but the Doctor becoming an intergalactic messiah.
No, I kind of get this.
Yeah.
I kind of get it.
Really?
Because in a weird way to add on to this, it's not the exact same thing. But I realised recently, I don't particularly like Dalek storylines when the only threat to the Daleks is the Doctor, and making him seem like I like it when he has to, not team up with other people, but he has a group of people around him. When they make him the threat, it does better. Like they call him the threat in the episode.
You lose the threat of the Daleks in the Moffat era because it is literally just they're scared of the Doctor.
Yeah, it's weird.
I get in a way it gives him aura.
It's a weird nickname.
He's got like aura.
He's aura
from it. It's like that's cool, Doctor. But also, how much more effective is it during the RTD era when the Doctor is literally like pooing themselves, just like Baby Eric, over over
That poor
the.
baby, man.
He'll grow up and never see this.
Imagine
Hopefully,
if he did.
you do happen to one day in like 10 years see this, come on the podcast. It'll be
Podcast will
great
still
fun.
be going, yeah.
Yeah,
That'll be it,
we'll all be here.
I don't mind when the Doctor. I think it's really quite interesting how the Doctor is a bit of a Jesus substitute. Don't want to get into this conversation again.
No,
I
he
didn't know about
literally
last
is.
time, did it,
He
Jeff?
literally is, especially in
It's-
RTD1.
I think it's really cool to take inspiration from religion is so old, guys. It's really old. It's really quite cool.
What's
Amazing
funny?
stories in there, guys. Complete fiction. But hell,
What about this guy called Jesus?
and I'm loving Osha's.
Guys, what's the
attire.
situation with Jesus, guys? What's going on
What's
there?
going on?
It's a long story.
Really cool to take this mythology of something that actually exists and kind of apply that in a sci-fi context. I think that's really cool, guys. But I get when it's like, oh, I've got too big. I'm gonna delete myself from the universe. Oh, it's like, okay.
There was a really good, I don't know whether you saw it, I don't know who it was because it came up on my For You page. There was a really good TikTok that summarised this whole debate. And it was that someone going, how side characters describe the Doctor in like New Who. And they're all going,
Yeah.
And they're all going, he's like fire and ice and rage, he's like a storm, he's like 1,000 suns. And then it goes, how he's described in classic Doctor Who. And it's just some bloke going, oh, for God's sake, it's him again. And it's just... And he's going, hello.
This is the thing, though.
I like that more.
I love the energy of like Tom Baker. It's one of the best scenes in Doctor Who history where he's like, "Oh, I've met your butler. He's so violent," and then the guy goes, "Be careful, dear. He's not as stupid as he seems." Don't worry, nobody could be as stupid as he seems. Like, that's so good. Yeah. That's just like, oh, it's beautiful. Like, make the Doctor, because I don't mind when it's like the Cybermen, for example, like Earthshock in Classic Who. You've got that moment where the Cybermen go like, bugger, it's him. Like, that's lovely. But we don't need everyone ever to go, oh, it's you, the Doctor. Let the Doctor be a little weirdo that nobody knows again. It's why, like, I love in Joy to the World. I wasn't expecting to say that today. In Joy to the World, when he comes out the TARDIS in his dressing gown with his newspaper and his coffee mug, and he just goes to the Time Hotel thing, fills up his coffee mug, and walks back in. And the like, reception staff are like, who the hell is this? And why has he just come out of a box? Like, that's really fun. Like, make the Doctor just like, oh, I want some coffee. I'll whip my dressing gown on and go to a random Time Hotel. Like, that is fun. Do that.
I get the impulse to do it because it creates drama, doesn't it? Like, it creates the oh my god, you know. But I will say, I do think even as a Smith defender, they went a bit far with this, with the whole like, the word Doctor, we get that word from you, and I know that was a Moffat like idea,
but it's
like,
cool as well.
I do like it, but it's like the whole thing of like as well, you know, your name actually strikes fear into the hearts of everyone. I'm like, shut up, no it doesn't. He's a little idiot with a box.
You say this, yet last week, what were you advocating for, Therese? Yeah, but the Pandorica, when they're like, we're locking you up, that's so cool.
Okay,
contradiction.
But no, it isn't, because the difference then was it was a result of action. What I don't like is when the Doctor is mythologized just for existing, just for being the last of the Time Lords, or being the Time Lords, or whatever it is. At least if you're going to mythologize the character, it should be based upon their actions. Like the Time Lord Victorious is a good example.
I don't know though, because I think the aura farming from the Doctor that I do love is when he's on like an alien planet or whatever, and he says like, I'm a Time Lord off the cuff, and the aliens are like, but they don't exist. You can't be a Time Lord. And
but I feel like after 20 years, that's got a bit
fun.
stale.
Like,
I feel like after 20 years, that's got a bit stale.
I think the entire show's stale and should be cancelled.
Well, should we do the
next one? Are we pushing it? What a sentence.
No, it's cool.
I'm gonna push it.
I'm pushing it.
I'm half pushing.
I'm pushing.
I'm pooing it.
I absolutely love Time Lord Victorious, but it's been done. I want new things.
No, I'm with you. I agree.
It's getting pushed.
Your favourite episode is like Wedding of River Song, which is like the most Messiah-y one.
No, Husbands of River Song.
Yeah, it's very different.
Word.
Very different.
We
thing.
both know where the song in. Next
The next one, the Vlinks. He's a lazy, scaredy cat with zero sex appeal.
Get rid, kill him, burn him, rubbish.
Yeah, my
boy.
biggest problem with the Vlinks is that he has no sex appeal.
Is the Vlinks the fucking the thing that sits on unit?
Yeah, that literally does nothing at all.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, there are some people in this world who may sit around and do very little, but the impact that they have can be seen.
I don't see the Vlinks making leak videos 4 times a day.
Maybe he does. Maybe he does. We don't know what he does in his downtime.
I also do have to give our...
He also makes TikToks.
from really strange angles. Do we think that the Vlinks should have been replaced with the Rumians? Because I think
That the cow.
Yeah.
That the cow.
Yeah.
What is the point of the Vlinks? What is one actual thing that the Vlinks has done?
It retreats into the floor when danger happens. What an absolutely useless creature.
He's the Doctor Who universe edition of AI. I don't like him.
He's not even that. He's a glorified Alexa, is what he is.
He's just
They'll go
like, can we have C3PO? We have C3PO at home. Like, it is just like, what?
No, I have a conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory of why the Vlinks exist is purely to keep Nick Briggs employed. Because the Daleks aren't in Russell T Davies 2, nor the Cybermen, nor any of them. They're like, oh, poor Nick, he's going to be on the streets.
Don't worry, Nick got to voice the baby Omega.
Oh, yeah.
I really know what you mean.
Oh, nice one.
It would be so funny if when the show returns with this new lower budget, they go to Unit HQ and they're like, oh, have you seen the Vlinks? And it's just an Alexa.
Yeah.
Just like an Alexa sat on the floor.
Yeah, we just need a pan to a bin and he's going to skip somewhere. Like, just...
I think the problem, the origins of the Vlinks are from Russell's, but this is the budget thing again. Like, the idea of having unit full of like weird alien creatures working for them is kind of sick. Like, if you've got
I don't even like that idea.
No, I actually do,
that's
because
fun.
like that's quite Men in Black.
That's Torchwood fodder. Unit is
no.
Unit is
disagree.
red caps and military soldiers and Martha Jones. Bring me Martha Jones or give me nothing.
In Unit HQ, if you've had like a meteor crash to Earth with like a robot that could really help out the government, they would literally use it and implement it there. Now, what should have happened with the Vlinks, and the reason that its existence would be justified, Empire of Death, Sutek should not have been a dog. Sutek should have been a bloke. He should have ripped the Vlinks out of that throne he sits in and sat there in the unit control. Like, that would have been cool. Like, that would have been aura-farming.
That would have been sick. That would have been good.
That's what I've gone crazy.
But it didn't happen. So are we sending the Vlinks to Poosh?
Yeah, send him.
What a little cry.
Not even
baby.
that. Just send him into like a compounder, like in Monsters Inc.
Recycle.
Yeah.
He's literally had like 3 lines. What's the point of you?
I didn't even remember his name.
Why did he get like an upgrade in Legendary Sunday? Because I know that they go like polished metal.
Hot metal. I can tell you because I've listened to the
audio commentary. It's a Doctor Who podcast, but literally, who cares? Like, genuinely.
Guys, comment down below if you want to know the true reason why the Vlinks got a redesign.
I mean, no, please don't.
I think if we have to do this quickly to round off.
Yeah.
We will go through our next one, and it is going to be rapid fire. Okay, we can have little discussions, but rapid fire for our next ones. I've got to come up with another one because all of mine.
I've got one.
Can I go? Oh, okay.
Oh no,
Rosanna or Tharies, who wants to go?
I'll go. My one that I want to get rid of so entirely, and I thought about it a good 30 minutes ago, but is next times on the end of Doctor Who episodes because they are so good, ruining their own fucking films. It is infuriating. I don't want to know what the monster is. I want to go with a bit of surprise. But no, quite frankly, I don't want to see the Master comes back. I don't want to see that John Simmons back. We should remove it off iPlayer, get rid of iPlayer. It does my head in. When you show the show to new people, it's so exciting to see them be like, oh my God, the Dalek's back. Oh my God, this is back. The John Sim reveal is the biggest perpetrator of this. It does my head in. If we got rid of them as a whole, it would be such like an interesting, fun show because you don't. There's then the thing of, is it going to be a monster a week or is it going to be a big bad? Like it makes it more interesting.
Not on the whole, but on iPlayer, because on streaming you're right, but there is nothing more hype than like, oh my god, giant cliffhanger, and then next week you will stand at the altar of my temple of death.
I also think the other thing it does.
The episode didn't live up to the trailer, but it's exciting.
The other thing it does is the entirety of social media afterwards. I'm reading about to fucking Twitter. Then only speaks about, oh my god, did you see the next time trailer? And it's so saturated with that. When you just want to talk about how good the episode was, you want to be like, that was cool, that was cool, that was cool. I like this, I like that, I didn't like that. So if the next time is there and even is exciting and gets you hyped, people are going to only be talking about that, whereas they should be talking about what they liked in the episode.
I get where you're coming from.
It's a strong case.
I'm with you.
And John Sim!
The John Sim thing's insane. Luckily, I watched that on a old iPad Mini, so I didn't clock fully that Razor was John Sim until he took the mask off, which was exciting. But I'm going to vote no. Overall, next time trailers have a more positive impact than they do negative.
I never used to watch them, and I'm going to go back to never watching them. I don't think I'm going to watch the trailer in future. I'm going to skip trailers. I'm going to go.
But that's part of the joy of it.
Blind. No, I want to go in.
The joy of being a fan is like, oh my god, the trailer's coming out.
What? I know, but I think I might just hear your guys' opinions and go. I think you can. I'll go around and I'll go. Who thought it was good? Hands up. You'll put your hands up, and then who thought it wasn't good? Artie will put his hand up, and I'll go. Yeah, nice. That's what I was expecting, and I'll go in knowing nothing.
I don't know. I think that it kind of comes back. It kind of comes back to the leak thing for me. Like, I am pro-choice. I believe that if you want to have the choice to watch a next time trailer, then you should. And in the same way, if you want to read a leak, then you should. But if you don't, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, I think I agree. As I say, on streaming, they're not needed because you can literally just watch the next episode. Why do you want a next time trailer? But when you've got to wait a week, or you've got to wait a month, or you've got to wait however long, next time trailers are so exciting. What's next? Hang on, are we? I'm not pushing it.
I'm not pushing it.
I'm not pushing it.
Okay, it's not being pushed.
Push gun.
Can we get I'm pushing it on a shirt? Like,
let's just Google that. There's no dodgy connotations to that.
Yeah, is there not? Because like when Nike does like just do it. We need like.
Oh, you're such a poosh. Push is a digital destination that publishes articles on her. Okay, no, it doesn't really have a specific.
We're fine.
Okay, we're not going to get
someone commented on the last video because we were talking about getting t-shirts, and someone was like, "I'd totally buy t-shirts." So I think Thary's your idea of I'm pushing it being on a t-shirt is not.
That's great. That's great.
You're pushing me over the edge. Right, let's go to our next one.
No, obviously
we're on
Artie.
Who are we on? Who just went? I've lost
me.
Rosanna just went.
Sorry, Rosanna. Okay, Darius, go.
I was going to say, it's kind of tying into some of the stuff we said before, but can we leave Gallifrey alone? I'm sick of it. I'm sorry.
Wrong.
I know you're going to say, I'm sorry. I don't want to see Gallifrey's gone. Gallifrey's back. Ooh, what's been going on with the Time Lords? I don't care. I don't care anymore. The thing is, most of the time the Time Lords are there, it's boring. Most of the time in classic Doctor Who, they're boring bureaucrats, which is fine, because the Doctors want to... The whole point is the Doctor wants to leave them. But
Speed round, Thary, speed round.
We don't need any more, this is where regeneration come from. I don't care.
Okay, well, I would just say new Gallifrey should be done. They should use cathedrals around the UK, change up the lore a bit. Don't just keep destroying it and bringing it back. Do something new with it. There's a lot to be done there. Nice. What are we voting?
No, not pushing it.
I'm voting not pushing it. It makes so much sense that Thary's is a Matt Smith one.
I agree with your points, Thary's, but unfortunately, in my series of Doctor Who, there is Gallifrey, but it's not. It's past Gallifrey. It's like Gallifrey. It's images of Gallifrey gone by, and there's a whole storyline that I unfortunately won't tell the viewers because you'll just have to lobby the BBC to get me to be showrunner if you want to find out.
There you go. The Collins era coming soon. Who hasn't gone? Artie, you're up.
Next. I know one person's vote on this, but I want the Sonic sunglasses to be pushed. They
Shut
are
up,
so
you
dumb.
loser.
They are
Get a
not
job.
cool prop. It's like no, it's rubbish. Like they're not even designed to be sci-fi. It's just Ray-Bans and a sound effect.
That is so that kids, Capaldi specifically wanted his costume so that any kid across the UK could go out and get it like that. And I didn't start wearing those Sonic sunglasses for nothing. They have become part of my natural look because I was like, that is so much aura. Like, I need to wear them.
How
I like the idea.
Capaldi wear the costume? I like the sunglasses, but him with a screwdriver is so much better. I hate
Quite frankly, I think you care too much. Who cares? You care too much, mate. They're sunglasses, they're cool. He's cool. He looks cool in them.
Series 10 is the perfect blend because he has the Sonic sunglasses for like when he's blind, like they're proper plot used and they're used throughout, and he's got the screwdriver. Like that's
Yeah, but when he's not blind, why is he using both? Pick one. That's
why not?
stupid.
Why on earth would you need to pick one? Like if you've got two tools that can help you out of deadly danger, keep them both in your pocket.
That's like having two separate smartphones for no reason.
No, it's not. It's like having meta glasses and a phone. If you got meta glasses, you wouldn't just lose the phone.
Well, no, because the meta glasses don't do everything that the phone could do, right? Like in the sense that they're not actually the thing in of itself; they're like an accessory.
You know
I don't think you could put the
somehow in the last 30 seconds. I've joined Osh and I don't care.
All right, wow.
You could not put the sonic screwdriver on to protect you from UV rays, Thary.
I thought you were going to say that.
Oh my god, yeah. Keep them.
No, you know what?
I'm not pushing it.
I'm pushing it. I am pushing it because I've always thought they were
injustice.
At least you're the decider.
Stupid. I've always thought they were dumb.
I don't think we need to push it. I don't really care. They're quite nice. I think he looks quite good in them.
You know, if you need to cut any points on this one.
Like the sonic screwdrivers. Okay, they've not been pushed. Elise, you go next.
Elise, you're up.
I'm pushing Doctor Who merchandise, official merchandise. Why are you selling AI t-shirts for like £75?
I went into Forbidden Planet in London the other day, right?
London.
And there was a shirt that was reduced to I think about £4.50 that said, I genuinely, I shit you not, it read, "We're going to cosplay this planet to death," with a picture of the bird woman from Rogue on the background. Who on earth is buying this?
It's a joke.
Yeah.
When you have an era of the show that is like from Jodie, it's been marketed at a younger generation. Don't market overpriced tat to children and young teens. It is ethically not okay. Do not ask parents to spend 80 quid on a jumper that goes in a Christmas stocking. No, it's wrong. I don't like it. Buy from real artists.
Remember 5 minutes ago when you were advocating for a push that t-shirt?
Yeah. Consumerism sells Doctor Who
Consumerism is bad, but if we do it...
The problem is, though, because Elise is bang on the money, Doctor Who merch nowadays, as I say, we're going to cosplay this planet to death on a t-shirt. Look at this. That's sick. Like, those things are cool. And, I'm sorry, right? Yeah. Back in the day, look at this little fella. Okay? This little fella cost me how much, class? Tharis, you don't get a vote because you will know the answer. How much do you reckon?
£6.99.
Artie, bang on the money. £6.99.
That is...
Now,
perfect.
we get to the present day. We get to the present day.
I know what you're going to do.
Is this a screwdriver?
This little fella, how much did he cost?
£22.
£49.
I can't actually remember, but was it £40, Tharies?
I think it was, but to be fair, it was for both of them, so 20 quid.
No, not okay. That's what I'm talking about. Right
This was about £20.
That is not okay. That is not okay.
It's inflation, though. You know, that's for Tharies' channel, not the Doctor Who one.
It's not fair. It's the rubbish bucket hats. I mean, literally, that empty child thing, that's AI, right? The empty child.
I don't think we can fairly say whether
I don't think we can definitively say.
No,
well, we can't definitively say, but
What I will say.
Stop. Okay. Oh, sorry. Just to clarify, overpriced official
Fair.
Doctor Who merchandise. Don't use your viewers' pockets. Don't be like, quick, we'll make a quick buck off these 14-year-olds and then we can spend a load more on shit CGI. There you go. See, Joe, you're on my side. You're on my side, okay?
What I
To
will
be
say,
fair-
as someone who
Okay, go on,
likes
Tyrese.
like Doctor Who shirts, for me, it's just, can we stop having rubbish ones? Like, for me, I will wear Doctor Who shirts, but like, what I hate, the ones that I despise with a passion, are the ones where it is just a poster slapped on a black shirt with like, no, they haven't even removed the borders from it. You know the ones I'm talking about, where they'll just slap a piece of artwork onto a black or white t-shirt, and it's just like, where's the effort? No effort has gone into that. So bad merch, I agree, but I do think that there's some lovely stuff.
There is some beautiful stuff, and I have some beautiful stuff, and everyone has the special things that mean a lot to them, and it is, I had like Rose and Martha and Tennant and Eccleston, the figures when I was a kid, and oh my god, I loved them, and literally until their arms fell off, like they've all lost a limb somewhere along the way. Loved them so much. You cannot charge 40 quid for two of them. How much did Shooty Screwdriver cost you guys? Because wasn't that ridiculously expensive?
That was about 40, I think, for
About
the.
That is unacceptable.
See, this is what's... But the problem is, though, I will say, as much as it is incredibly insane...
To be fair, they do a cheaper one for 20, just to clarify.
Well, like this, for example, I got from Toys R Us as a kid for about $7.99.
Yeah.
Like, because this doesn't
Sold.
extend out. There was a more expensive one for people that wanted one that like flicks up. This is just like the night. And I think the problem is now the market for Doctor Who toys has become myself and Thary's. Like, it's no longer for kids because kids don't watch the show as much. It's the kids that got addicted to it back in the day, like some sort of horrific drug, and still spend money on it these days.
Look at how obscure some of the figures have gotten. They sold a Ultimate Adventure 6 Doctor. For those of you who don't know what that is a Doctor based on that is a 6 Doctor costume based on a stage play from the 80s. That's obscure.
Right, but we cannot call out newly obscure figures when back in the day they dared to make an exploded Cassandra figure.
But
people knew what that was, though.
Because they were making so many, whereas now they just don't sell unless it's to like the proper collectors. And as much as I'm complaining about the price of this is very good. Like that, it's genuinely a very good product, and I don't blame the people that make them for the price. I think it is just the state of the world, and I think the state of the show, it needs to appeal to kids because it doesn't do that at the moment.
We need a more budget line as well, alongside the more collectory
stuff. Is the stuff that needs to go to push.
Yeah.
There is so many, like, I had a point. God, I'll make a different point. There are so many cool people that do so many cool things with Doctor Who stuff. Like me, for example. I'm an artist. Jess on Doctor Who Twitter makes the figures. Yeah. The Joseph Plum on Instagram and TikTok, he puts together all of the different costumes and stuff. Like, there are so many like cool people doing all of these cool things, and then it's just just feel like they're just pumping stuff out, and I want to see all these different people making all these different cool things, and I just think it's so cool. And I don't really like, guys, I come up with this in the middle of the episode, and I didn't really have a clear plot for exactly why I wanted it in Room 101. I just think there's so many cool people doing so many cool things, and then you've got the official BBC like pumping out tat, and it annoys me.
Can I add on to this as well, just quickly? Do you know those multimedia things? That like the Time Lord Victorious multimedia thing, and like the Doomsday thing, and they've got a new one coming out the future draw. I'm sorry, I'm not buying a T-shirt to get a bit of plot from a random story that you've come up with in a board meeting. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
I think the problem is only because there was, I can't remember, it was a specific line of merch not that long ago that came out, and I never normally make complainy videos, but I mentioned it in a video because it genuinely frustrated me that it was written. One, it had clearly been through ChatGTP. Two, it said like, join the vibe. Like, it was basically just, we don't care about Doctor Who, we don't watch Doctor Who, but we know you fans watch it, so we've shoved the logo on a t-shirt buy it for £40.
It was the bucket hat with the logos. It was that line of merch.
I did a video on.
I
I did a video on that. I remember.
I think
because it's just cynical.
One of the things that annoys me also about the t-shirts is like they are so expensive, and like it sounds dumb, but they could do this thing. Lots and lots of musicians would do a thing where if you buy a t-shirt, you also get like a CD. It would cost nothing for them to chuck in like a download code to a Big Finish or something else. Yeah. Like, but that is just a crappy t-shirt that no one's going to really wear. It's if they wanted to sell them, do something with it.
It is a shame.
Yeah, I think that's also true of every franchise. Though you get things from every franchise that you're like, what is that? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, sorry, but we do have to make a podcast episode about something.
That is very true. That is very true.
I do think before we move on to what I think will be the final opinion is the economy also creates because it is unsustainable. Yeah. Kids aren't buying toys anymore.
Thanks, Trump.
Toy Story 5 is going to save that generation of kids. The villain is an iPad. Lock in. Let's go. Let's go.
He's balding in
the trailer. Was dreadful.
I haven't actually seen the trailer. I've just seen.
I thought it was all right, and that comes from someone who was not hyped for a fifth Toy Story.
But third Toy Story.
Has everyone apart from myself has shared their final opinion, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do quite a unanimous one, I believe. I don't think anyone will disagree. Anyone watching, anyone ever, even Anita Dobson, even Russell T Davies. The post-credits scene to the Interstellar Song Contest is the most offensive thing I have ever witnessed in my entire life. You cultivated a mystery around Mrs. Flood for years, and you tack it on to the end of a questionable episode with a weirdly shot bi-generation where it's not one Rani, it's two Ranis. And you expect the fans, who 90% of them have no idea who the Rani is, to go, that's great, that's ingenious. Absolutely bonkers. Genuinely, the most bonkers, I genuinely think it might be the most bonkers thing that Doctor Who has ever done. I will send that to Poosh.
I'm sending that to Poosh.
Yeah, no, send it away.
I don't think there is even a defence. If anyone in the comments can come up with one, I'd be fascinated to read it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know.
I much dislike that until you said it again.
And if there is an alien species that does come across that like a capsule of our species, please know we are better than that. That's not our best work.
I feel like that scene is going to have a chapter in whatever book Russell releases in like 5 years' time.
Oh, there won't be a book this time. Yeah. There won't be a book.
What would you call it? The writer's fail?
So Thorries is getting sent to Poosh for abusing the showrunner.
It was funny. I love you, Russell. Thanks for letting me be in it.
He's so lovely. I do love it.
He is lovely.
And that's the thing, though. I can't even get that mad at the Rani scene, because then I'm like, yeah, but look at Series 4. That's some of the best TV ever made. Look at Series 1. That's the best show ever made.
One of the things that was really funny, if you watch the Whoniverse show as well, he was saying that he listens to Doctor Who music while he's writing Doctor Who. But he said, I just stick on the Series 4 one. That's the one I've been stuck on for 20 years. And I'm like, yeah.
It's great,
isn't it?
But I think that brings us to the end of our wonderful episode. Now, speaking of the bi-generative post-credit scene, Rosanna here is now going to bi-generate into the Rosanna that we know so well, as she gives us her opinions on what she'd send to Room 101. Now, she had said she'd send this at the start of the podcast so that we can react to her thoughts, but we'll have to fake it. So, bi-generation, here we go.
Hello, YouTube and people of the interwebs. It's Charlie XCX here. Yeah. I'm so sorry that I can't be there. I'm currently at work, or I was at work, and it was awful. So I hope everyone knows that I would rather be on the podcast than at work. My Doctor Who Room 101, I've got so many. It was really hard to actually figure out, and I also didn't really know what we were on about, but it's fine. I have a few. Puddle Girl. What the fuck is the point of you? Genuinely. And she comes back, and I'm like, who are you? She literally, like, Bill fancies her. They don't even know each other that well as well. Let me just start that. They don't even know each other that well. This fucking book as Puddle Girl, who is just, she's painted out to be this, like, mythical, like, ooh, look, I'm Puddle Girl, I'm back. No one cared about you, genuinely. Who are you? What are you doing? Like, when she came back, I was like, what are you doing? And they do that a lot. There's certain characters that I'm like, I actually don't care about you. So when you're back, I don't feel anything. And I feel like it happened a lot in Jodie era. Like, I really couldn't. I've got so many room one-on-ones for Jodie, but I didn't want to just hate on Jodie, so I'm going to hate on Puddle Girl. Because Bill is better than that. Bill is up here, and Puddle Girl is right down here. So Puddle Girl can leave. I really don't like you. I also think you're just a bit boring. So, yeah. And you do nothing. You were in the Christmas bit, and I was like, what? Puddle Girl, you're out. My next one, and I feel like it's a very popular opinion, but wasting celebrities. They have done this so many times, and they particularly do it with comedians as well, which is what I don't really understand. Because I'm like, you have spent your money on someone that is in it for 5 minutes, and it's like, oh my God, Lee Mack! And then Lee Mack, like, dies. And then it's like, they don't have a purpose. They did it with Peter Kay, but I actually think that's quite iconic. So I'm going to take that one as a good. But I think they waste so many celebrity deaths. They did this a lot in the Jodie era as well. And I just personally don't fuck with it. Yeah, I just think wasting celebrity cameos, it is so pointless. It is the most annoying thing ever. And I'm like, you could have just spent that money on a British actor. Like, anyone. Like, you know. And if you are going to use a celebrity cameo, use it right. You know. Perfect example of this, in the Pating episode, you know, the really fit guy at the start who's actually, he's quite big. He's in, what's it called? He's in Ted Lasso, the footballer. He is quite a big actor and he was really good in the episode. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, celebrity cameo it. It didn't, because it killed him off. He was there for literally no screen time. He was so boring. Like, what? So just don't waste celebrities. If you're going to have them, use them. Olivia Colman, wasted. Obviously, we might not have knew her full potential, but she was still wasted. People from Peep Show, they were wasted. They were robots, but like for 1 minute, and I didn't even realise until like. So yeah, just don't waste celebrity people. That's my room 101. Yeah.
And we're back. Thank you, Rosanna. What insightful opinion.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So good.
The other one of me, so insightful. Oh.
What you said was fascinating, Rosanna.
We
Honestly,
would have to guess to what she'd say. But we think
go on.
Rosanna would send to room 101.
She's gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if at one point she goes, "This podcast, hooey! I hate this podcast. Joe forces me to come on it and won't allow me to put my makeup on while I'm doing the podcast." That's my Newcastle accent for everyone from Newcastle.
That was more Welsh than anything else. So.
I'm from Wales. But what other bets do we have?
She might say the fans as well.
My bet is that she doesn't send one.
It was her idea. I reckon she'll put, is her name Annalise? Hi, Martha, hi.
No, but she loves Annalise.
Yeah.
She's not sending her to poo. She loves Annalise. She'll say something really vague and convoluted like, the fact that we don't have people saying hi Annalise, hi. She'll say I think we should send the lack of dialogue, the lack of quotable moments, and then she'll say we're gonna send all of the ugly men. I want fit men in my Doctor Who. Those are my guesses.
Yeah.
I can't guess because obviously I know already, so it makes it complicated.
Of course. Artie, what's your guess?
I know.
What
Nice and insightful as ever.
The Sea Devils.
She won't.
She doesn't care enough about Legend of
She
the Sea
doesn't
Devils.
count the Whittaker era as existing. It doesn't happen in her mind. She might put Belinda's treatment in Reality War. I was expecting Elise to do that, but
yeah.
No, Thari's doesn't exist.
Thari's lead us out.
Well, as always, everyone, thanks for watching another wonderful episode. If you did enjoy it,
He's building up to it.
I'm building up. Give me a second.
You're ruining it.
You ruined my flow. Please like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, now that's what I call a giggle. See you next week.
Yay!
That's never loving how that's done.
Yeah, every single time he does a run up, he doesn't just jump into it. Artie.
No, you chat for a bit and say goodbye, and then you say go on, Tharies.
I am a professional, okay.
Yeah, Tharies knows the score. Artie, sometimes the show has to vary. It's got to change. It's got to evolve to survive.
We've got to evolve while still staying true to who we are. Oh, what is it? Yeah, there you go. Bye.
Cast ended yet?
No,
Yeah, bye.
we're still here.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
What do you mean? You're here every week, Rosanna.
Yes, I'm here. I'm surprised I'm here again. Oh my god.
Marvelous.
See you next week.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you. She's not seen a single episode.
I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.